Hi y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing the review on this new hyped up Tartelette palette. It's their Tartelette Toasted palette by Tarte. As you can see, the packaging is really beautiful. It's got their same kind of case that they always have on the Tartelette collections. So let's go ahead and get started on our review. Okay, to start off with, I love the outer packaging. I love it's kind of like fire, flames. It's beautiful. And I love that it kept the big mirror. That's always a plus. So to start off with, there's 12 eyeshadows, just like in all the other Tartelette palettes. There are 5 true shimmer shades, which is like Sunrise, Sunset, Candle, Flame, and Simmer. There's this shade up here, it's called Crackle, and it's like a really pretty brown, and it's got like little micro glitters in it. I personally don't feel like it could be kind of a con and a plus, because on one hand they don't flake up really bad or like have fallout, but I don't really see them showing up. I'll do like a quick shot, and even though it's even though it has like micro glitters in it, I don't feel it to be like really rough or anything like that. It's still really smooth. All of the shades are really like buttery smooth, like all the other Tartelette shades are. So that's the only one that's like kind of a different shade. You can kind of see like the little micro glitters in it, but honestly when you blend it out, it's gonna kind of be like a matte shade. You could totally get away with just putting it like in your outer corner as like a deep brown. So that's kind of a plus to it, because there isn't really a deep brown in this palette, but there are 2 deep shades. And what I look for in a palette is that I want a palette that's going to do it all. I want to have like my like a shade for my brow bone, a shade to set down my primer, like something close to my skin tone, or just like a neutral shade, and then a really pretty shimmer shade to put on my lid, shades to build up in my transition, and some deeper shades to put in my outer corner. And I do feel like this has that all. You got this really pretty shade right here called S'mores, which is like a matte cream shade, which is great to set down, or if you want like a just like a matte brow highlight, then that would be good for that. Me personally, I've been really into like kind of a shimmer brow highlight, which is what's good for Sunrise. It's kind of like a more metallic version of S'mores, and it's really beautiful. It's also pretty like for a simple everyday look on your lid, so that's also great. We have Cashmere, which is a really great peachy orange shade, which is great for transitions, kind of similar to Peach Smoothie by Makeup Ink. And then we have Warmth, which is like a burnt kind of orange, which is great to start building up. We also have a light medium kind of brown, which is called Latte. That's a really great one. And then to deepen it up, other than Crackle, that micro glitter I told you about, we have Cozy, which is kind of like a reddish deep brown. And then we have Fireside, which to me is like a really pretty deep plum, which is really great to mix in with these warm shades. If you'd like to see what's on my eyes right now, I'm going to be doing a video on that as well, so stay tuned for that. But overall, I think these are really buttery. I feel like they go on your eyes just really smoothly. One of the things I really look for in a palette is like whenever I go to set down my eye primer, sometimes I feel like it's a little rough, like it doesn't smoothly glide over it, which can be a really bad start off, because then when you start blending in your eyeshadows, it's just not gonna look right. It's gonna maybe stick to certain patches, or it's not gonna blend smoothly. So that's always a good thing to look out for. And as soon as I started putting this over my primer, I noticed it glided on smoothly, so I knew we were gonna be doing good for the rest of it. Overall, I love this palette, and a lot of people have been comparing this, you know, to like the Naked Heat palette, and there's like the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. Like, they've come out with so many different warm eyeshadow palettes, and I would say like if you haven't picked up, like if you don't have any warm eyeshadow palettes, definitely pick this up. But I would say even if you have the Naked Heat palette, I would still pick this up, because I feel like this is a lot more wearable than the Naked Heat palette. The Naked Heat is kind of like more, and I don't personally have it, but I've definitely done swatches in stores and watched tons of videos. They're more like a deeper burnt colors, and to me they're not as wearable as these. Like this, I could definitely see where you could get like a burnt orange look and everything, but you could also get really neutral shades, which is what I love about that. And it's also why I never picked up the Naked Heat, because I never saw where you could get like a really good everyday look, because we don't always want to just go full glam. But I just think this is a beautiful palette. Another plus to this is the mirror. I feel like this mirror is really great because it's a good size. It's not too big, but it's not too small. Like it's perfect if you're traveling, you know, you can just put it in front of you and you can see like your makeup. You could do your makeup in this mirror. It's like a perfect size. It's also good like to get up close, like to do your eyeshadow obviously, but also to do like liner or liquid liner. I just love this mirror so much. I love the packaging on it. It's not like a cheap plastic packaging, but it's like a good heavy duty without being too heavy, but it's also still pretty compact. You know, it's not too big of a palette. I also prefer like this layout compared to like the Naked palettes, how they're like more, they're a lot shorter, but they're so much longer. But I kind of prefer this a little bit better. I feel like it's a better layout, and I feel like they kind of lay some shadows out for you kind of in quads. But I just think it's so beautiful. I would definitely recommend this palette. I'm going to go ahead and put in some swatches real quick right now. Okay, so now that you've seen the swatches, you know what I'm talking about. It is crazy pigmented. They're very beautiful. These shimmer shades go on like just butter on your eyes, and it's so beautiful. They're so shimmery. I don't even feel like you need to wet your brush, but if you did wet your brush, they'd be even more intense. But they're even intense without it. I don't even feel like they need it. I feel like they have a great array of shadows in here to where you could do any look that you wanted, from an everyday neutral look for like work or running errands or whatever, to like glamming it up at night and stuff like that for a date night or whatever. So this is just a really beautiful palette, and I definitely think this is worth the hype. So if you enjoyed this video, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. Bye.